dig it. I dig it. I want to ask you guys a question. You guys are familiar with AI technology, right? At least in some capacity.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've now seen the big craze going around with AI art, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. What would you say if AI moved its way into your music?
Isn't it already there?
Well, I'm gonna play I want to play a segment for you. Okay, I'm gonna play this thing for you, and I want you guys to give me your unabashed, full thoughts.
The really impressive part about artificial intelligence is that as it gets better and better, it feels more and more like human intelligence, right? Which is why we use that word, to the point where it can actually pass for human intelligence in some cases. Like it passes tests, it solves problems, it finds patterns, it mimics things, and so it can actually kind of fool you into thinking it's intelligent. My theory is there are two levels of success of efficiently advanced AI. The first level is when AI-generated content fools you because you weren't paying attention to AI or like looking for AI. So maybe you, like me, saw the Pope photo on your timeline a couple days ago and like just kept scrolling. You just thought, oh, that's a weird picture of the Pope, kind of a cool jacket, I guess. But only when you get told that it's AI and not a real picture does it trigger your skeptical eye, and suddenly you're like, oh, that's obviously not a real picture. There's so many things wrong. The hands look weird. The details are garbled. Of course it's a fake picture. But the second level of AI-generated content fooling you is when you know you're supposed to be looking at AI and it still fools you. That's when it gets scary. I got an email a couple weeks ago from an artist you may be familiar with, Mr. J. Medeiros, one half of Alta and Vainsil. And they had a new track that they were working on, which was a collab where he raps alongside Jay-Z. Except the Jay-Z voice is not real, it's AI generated. I just needed to hear this and feel what I felt when I first heard this song.
Tell the young they can never become what they aspire to. Born in a cell with no one who can inspire you.
Your highs are as never as high as those that lie to you.
Pretending that they live in the sky, lying behind your roof.
Shooting holes up at your ceiling.
So, for those of you who know what Jay-Z sounds like, that was absurd. Like, that sounded a lot like Jay-Z, to the point where even knowing that I'm listening to AI-generated content, I can still hear it and sort of enjoy it like I'm actually listening to Jay-Z.
Could be more fucking white than to feel entitled to abuse black art. Dude, the first thing you do, the first fucking thing you do with this technological innovation is clone black art. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Cure cancer first, then do the Jay-Z first, nigga. That's all I'm gonna say about that shit. Because if I was a lawyer, my books would be out to the ceiling on IP law, killing all y'all.
It's completely computer generated.
You could have told me that was unreleased Hope, something that I never heard before, and I would have believed that was actually Jay-Z rapping that. That to me is the scary part about all this AI shit. That in the hands of certain folks, white people, that they can use this type of shit to manipulate and continue their oppressive, horrible, terroristic tactics against other people. Like, we know that they probably gotten their hands on this shit before we have, and they're just releasing it because, again, they didn't do Taylor Swift, they didn't do Eminem, they didn't do anybody white. They immediately went to a black person to use this because they could have picked somebody white with a distinct voice. Nobody walks around sounding like fucking Marshall Mathers. They could have used his ass. But again, I find it's scary to me, man. All this AI.
There is a reason why they didn't use Macklemore and they used Sean Carter. You're right about that.
Second time, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's not the first time. Yeah.
Kendrick was the first one.
Yeah. And they actually
Where'd you
used
hear
his
that?
voice.
A white boy cloned Kendrick already.
Oh shit.
Guy got ripped apart. Universal went crazy on his ass already. I know what your wife said, but Universal still went crazy.
Hold on, you did that to TDE? Bro, TDE is
Universal,
close to the
Universal was crazy
streets.
on.
Like they close to the hood. You want to leave TDE alone, please.
You know when I thought that I knew that this was going to be a thing was when Facebook. If I don't know if you guys remember this, it was a while ago now, not too long ago, maybe like the end of last year, maybe the beginning of fall. Facebook planned on releasing or having a Biggie Smalls
Yeah,
concert,
the hologram.
and yeah, in the metaverse.
Yeah, yeah.
Mind you, they were going to use his own. He were going to use his own music, but they plan on releasing a concert in the metaverse of a digital Biggie Smalls, and there was such an uproar that folks
I
are
don't.
like,
It was a
"Nah."
legal uproar too. It was a legal battle also. That somehow, some way, because again, who owns these
I
people's
do not
image and
know.
likeness?
I thought that Biggie and his excuse me, that Bad Boy and his mom owned
But do they
have split
own?
ownership, but I could be
Do
wrong.
they own their image and likeness? Is that different than owning their catalog?
It is different, and that's the problem.
Like, how
That's
do
the
you
problem. It is different.
do you have to
I don't know how you.
license your image? And
But don't forget, there's a lot of, and I know that your boy L hates this shit, but Dave Chappelle talked about this on one of his stand-ups. He was like, when you start signing these contracts and you don't,
hold on,
as a
yeah,
young kid, you don't understand. He's like that you signing off your name, image, and likeness into perpetuity, and that this major corporation owns it for forever and ever. So I don't know how that breaks down because I was always under the impression that Bad Boy / Puffy and parts of it, Miss Wallace owned the rights to Biggie stuff, but
and I guess
that's to the catalog. It's not to his image
from a
though.
logical standpoint, that means Biggie would have had to sign over his image and likeness at some point in time via
Or
a contract.
his use of his image and likeness. Yeah.
And that sounds like some shit.
The estate, Puffy, and the original.
Well,
Because-
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get Crush all hot today.
Can't sell the material.
I was going to say not alone.
Say that again, Crush.
The mother on her own can't market and sell the material. She needs the publisher.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And Puffy,
Yeah, no, they
it's no
can't.
longer. It's barely in that market.
Puffy can. He's a predator. He'll figure out a way to get it done.